Welcome back. This week's tip, we're on the golf course and we are talking about how uneven lies, specifically uphill and downhill lies, how they affect the trajectory to your shot, which will definitely influence what club to select for that shot. So you can see here my ball is on a very severe upslope and I have about a 60-yard shot and it's all over water, so I can't afford to be short. Now, when we get into uphill or downhill lies, it's very important to take into account what that hill will do to the trajectory and what that will do to the roll of your ball once it hits the ground. On this shot here, since my ball is on an upslope, it's going up, it's going to add loft to my club. So I know that that ball, if I were to take a normal shot, a normal club for this shot would be, for me, it would be a sand wedge. But I know it's going to add loft to this club, so it's going to turn my sand wedge into about a lob wedge. So it's moving from 54, 55 degrees all the way up to 60 degrees. So it's going to add loft to that club. So just by hitting off of this slope, if I were to just take my normal swing with a normal 60-yard shot with the sand wedge, I would probably leave this ball short and in the water. Now, by taking the hill into account, that's going to add loft, I can go down and select a different club. So I'm going to go down a club. I'm going to go from a sand wedge down to a pitching wedge, because I know that that hill is going to send it up and it's going to help me out. It's going to kind of turn this pitching wedge into a sand wedge for me. So I know it's going to come out higher and land softer than it really would if I were to hit a normal pitching wedge. And it's the same with the downhill shot. If I were to turn around and hit the other direction going downhill, it would turn my sand wedge, okay, into a pitching wedge. So it would take off the club, so my ball would come out low, and once it hit the ground, it would hit with a lot of roll. So in that case, I would go up. I would go probably into a lob wedge or the next club up. And I would put more loft on through my club selection to counteract the hill that I have. So it's really important to understand that and do that, so we don't get caught in that snag where we thought we hit a good shot with our normal club and we don't realize why it was short or why it went too far. It was because the lie, the angle of the hill added or subtracted, took loft off of your golf club. Okay, so I'm going to hit a shot. Basically the technique is pretty much the same. I'm not going to have to swing as hard as I would with the sand wedge. Pretty much the same shot. Okay, so go ahead and take a look. Alright, good result. So next time you're in that situation, you have a lie on the course and it's either uphill or downhill, just try to think how it's going to affect, how it's going to come out. Is it going to add loft or take loft off? And you can adjust your club selection from there, and I think you're going to be able to find that your distance control will improve, and maybe it'll save you a stroke or two. So try that out, and hope it helps your game.